In this video, I want to share with you 5 things that I wish I knew 1,000 days ago when I started reselling. I've been doing this now for over 1,000 days, and there's been a lot of learnings, but there's 5 things absolutely super crucial that I wish I knew to enable this journey so much easier. Now, if you are new here, my name's Chris, and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. If you do stick around into the video, I'll also take you through what I've been doing this week, what the week looks like in terms of running my business, and all the show and tell, and of course, what's been selling this week as well. Let's dive in. So aside from the juicy numbers that a lot of people probably want to see, just to give you some understanding, over the last 1,000 days, starting from zero, I've now done over $260,000 in revenue, over $72,000 in profit, and approximately over 5,700 sales across that span of 1,000 days. Now, while I go through these 5 different points, these 5 different things that I wish I knew, if you do have any questions or comment, chuck them down below, or if there's something else that you would like me to go deeper into, again, let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to continue the conversation. So it really comes down to 5 different things: simplicity versus complexity, efficiency and scale, consistency, math matters, and then the 5th one being forge your path. Number 1 being simplicity versus complexity. Now, reselling, it seems simple. It really does. It's a buy low, sell high mentality, which on paper, that seems very simple. But there are countless factors that actually complicate this process. And we need to remember that we need to simplify our processes to make those complications easier. Now, what do I mean by this? Complexities I'm referring to are external factors, overheads, factors of our own mindsets, which usually make the simple parts that could be done actually more complex than they probably need to be. And sometimes we just need to get out of our heads and actually just do the work. Now, this might all seem very wishy-washy, but I guess the next way I can explain this is through efficiency and scale. This is number 2. If you can't handle one item effectively or efficiently, then scaling to doing thousands of items or doing 10,000 items is going to be very, very tough. You need to address the pain points. You need to optimize the way you work, and you always need to aim for the best customer experience. The way I look at this is you need to strip away all the fluff, bring it back down to the basics of, if I was doing this for one item, can I do the same if I was processing 1,000 items or 10,000 items? I still remember to this day, there was one day where I had my most sales of a period of postage that I ever had, and I had to do 20. Now, prior to this, I was doing like 3 or 4. And when I had to do that 20, I soon realized very, very quickly how hard the process of picking, packing, and posting 20 items was, because I had things in different places. I didn't have a SKU system. I had things all over the place, even getting the mailers where I kept the tape, where I kept all the supplies. It was messy as heck. And that was the quick learn for me, that you need to make this as simple, whether it's one item you're doing or 1,000 items you're doing. And we also have to make sure we keep ourselves honest and know that easy doesn't mean let's make it lazy, right? What I mean by this is, if you want to provide the best customer satisfaction, how do you do this as simple as possible? And the way I look at this is with consistency, with accuracy, honesty, and transparency, and then you want to rinse and repeat that process. Speaking of consistency, this is number 3. Find what works, replicate it, and then always refine your approach. Now, this will work towards your workflow processes, how you go about sourcing, how you have a set of rules to manage your profitability, but also it comes around to your skewing processes, your packing processes, your customer communication approach. All these little things. You need to be consistent with it and find ways to make it easy that can be replicated. When something creates a win, when you get a win from something, we need to focus on doing that again, but quicker, cheaper, and ideally better if possible. Number 4 is math matters. Now, numbers guide decisions. When we factor in all costs, we can assess the return on investment, but also we need to listen to our intuition when it comes to these kind of things. What I mean by this is, money does not grow on trees. We need to go out there and we need to find it. And if you have $10 plus $10, yes, that equals $20, but free postage does not exist in that equation. What I mean by this is, you will find items for $10. You may be able to sell it for $10 more, but there is postage that has to be accounted into it. There is fees that have to be accounted into it. There are other overheads that need to be accounted into it. And you need to understand these basic equations to help you understand that, are you going to be profitable or are you losing money? When you see opportunity, you need to value it based on its return on investment. Return on investment might be how quickly you get the money back versus how much money you actually make. What you put in will result in amount of outcome. So ideally, you want to be putting in less time and less money for the most money and potentially the most time back. Now, another way we can look at this is with a pros and cons list. If you're doing a pros and cons list on something and you have more pros, well, usually the balance will speak for itself. However, there is another factor we need to include, and that is maybe sometimes when you do the pros and cons analysis and you get that perspective, you might still not feel comfortable about the result. That tells me that you have an intuition point there where maybe you're either not comfortable with it, you don't understand it, or you're still it just does not sit right with you. Even if the numbers are telling you something, you need to be comfortable with doing something. For instance, are you willing to work 20-hour days for a $30,000 profit, or are you happy to work a 2-hour day for a $30,000 profit per year? What I'm saying is math will get us the answers and it will show us where the weight lies. And it also tells us a story, but the decision will then be obvious based on your reaction and based on the sentiment of the outcome that is revealed. And the final point that I wanted to give back to myself if I was doing this 1,000 days ago is forge your path. You need to learn from others. You need to build your own journey. It's not just about copying successes, but finding your unique approach. Now, I cannot harp on this loud enough or more than enough because there are a lot of people out there, hey, and I'm one of them, that will be more than happy to share with you how, what, who, when, and why. But not everything you read and not everything that you hear and not everything that you see will be truth, nor will it be with integrity. Everyone has an agenda of why they do what they do. For me, I have my business purely only to make money. Like that's my business. It is to make money and to build a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, I share these things because one, it inspires me, it motivates me, it encourages me, and it keeps me accountable. But at the same time, I also understand that if I had this information 1,000 days ago, which I did have a lot of this information from so many other YouTubers, it's enabled me to take what works for me and then put it into my own little plan and build out what works for me. Put it this way, people will share for whatever reasons. It might be for the right reasons, it might be for the wrong reasons. Some people will be sharing to help see you succeed because they genuinely want you to. Others will be doing it for money. Sometimes it's actually both, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. You need to take the knowledge and you need to take the information. You need to digest it. You need to understand it. You need to learn it. And then you need to apply it of what makes sense for you. Don't just be a sheep following blindly like a sheep to its slaughter, right? You need to take the knowledge, then build it on to your own path, your own journey, and do what works for you. You do you and you own it. That is as simple as that, right? And that is the 5 things that I wish I knew 1,000 days ago. And though they don't necessarily have any of the secrets around what to look for or anything like that, they're the practical points that I think are so relevant that when we have those things embedded into the way we operate and do business, you will thrive so much better in the longer run because you don't become reliant on someone else. You become self-reliant and you're able to grow and thrive within your own means, right? This is all my opinion, totally all my opinion, right? And I appreciate if you do have any comments, thoughts about this, or if there's something else that you wish you knew 1,000 days, chuck it down in the comments below. Now, if you stuck around this long, we're going to dive into what's been happening for week 146 of me reselling online. And this week's the focus really has been continuing to build out and upskill my worker as I go away in about 4 weeks now. Getting my work up to speed has been number 1 priority. And apart from the usual day-to-day activities this week, it's just really been doing hygiene tasks, continuing to clean things up, getting better processes in place to make sure that any friction points or any questionable things that maybe my worker does not understand are going to be very, very clear. Now, the one big thing, I guess the big win for this week was I had my worker go into the storage unit by themselves. They did the pick, the pack, the post process, and then they also did a couple of hours of photos, and they did it all by themselves. Of course, they had to call me a couple of times just to check in and clarify a few things, but the process is working. It's working really, really well, and it's both scary and nervous and exciting at the same time. So that's what's been happening this week. I'm going to take you through all the details. Let's dive in. Welcome to Monday, folks. It's another week. It's been a pretty rewarding weekend. We've got 28 sales to go out, and we're on 42,373. So it's pretty rewarding. We've got quite a few bundles going out over here. We've got shirts, jeans, Some Mario Galaxy. We've got a nice little shirt there. Lots of phones, some bundles of clothes here, shorts, more leggings. These leggings were super hot. These ones are going to Germany. Some MacPack, some R.M. Williams, even some Seinfeld on VHS. Some more phones over there, some Nautica, lots of stuff. So it's all going really, really well, actually. And we just put all this out really, really quick. So thanks, babe. So we're going to pack all this up now, and actually it's actually really quick. Since moving to just the clothing, it makes it such a huge difference. And then obviously we skewed all the all the phones last week and stuff like that as well. So it's making a huge difference. And I now got the printers down here as well. I didn't show this yet, but the printers are down here. The laptop goes up there. They've got the other two dymos here. Got the little iPad set up here. Yeah, things are happening. It's good. All this is over here now, so pretty happy. Happy. All right, we're gonna pack all this up. Cheers, team. All right, team, all done. Woohoo! Not too bad. Now we're gonna put it in here. This is where we get to feel like Santa for a bit, and then I got to print some labels, do a bit of admin, and then we're done and dusted. Whoop whoop. All right. What's going on, folks? All right, something a little bit different. I'm not at the storage unit. I'm not actually doing any of that work today, because today is the first day I'm having my worker do a test run as if I'm away in the Philippines, because I'm going away in, actually it's less than 5 weeks now, and I'm going to be away for 6 weeks. So they're going to have to get used to me not being there. So today we're doing that test run. They've just, I think they're on their way there now. And 17 orders. I thought it was going to be 5, but last night we had a big run. So 17 orders, we're on 42,920. They're going to be doing that. Of course, they'll call me if they need any help, but this will be a good test run. They're going to be jotting down any issues, frustrations, struggles that they have based on everything they know and the guides that I've got for them. And we'll have a bit of a, sorry, it's really dark here. We'll have a bit of a review process afterwards and see how they went. So I'm just at home sitting in the dark by the looks of it, which I do apologize. That's a bit better. And yeah, so I'll report back on how that goes. 17 orders. It's been actually a pretty good week so far. So just some, bit of a reality check for myself with this. It's kind of weird because I have to take my hands off, but it's all part of it. It's all part of the process. So let's see what happens. All right, team, what is today? Jesus. It is Thursday, and we're back at the shop. We've got lots of orders to go out. We've actually got 23 orders to go out, and we're back on 42,996. Almost back on 43,000, which is pretty cool. I've got Octo, Granny, and Blake on in the background, so g'day, folks. Let me take you through what we've got. Lots of clothes, obviously. We've got some bundles over here, bundle here, a couple other bundles in here, but this little guy's going to Canada. Pretty cool. Got some books going out, a little phone, lots of shirts, jeans, shorts. Actually, the shorts have been going pretty good. We even got some warmer stuff, which is pretty cool. Lots of jeans as well. So just all the usual bread and butter. Just here by myself today, just getting this done. This Nike top's gone for $50.60. Vintage boy. Pretty good. So I'm pretty happy. Things are going well. Got a little printer set up down here now. That's working well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's get packing. All right, team, all packed up. I'll just give you guys a quick little update of what's been happening in here. So almost getting through the stock. We've still got obviously a lot of shorts left. Got a lot of shirts, more shirts. And then still got jeans here, and I still got more wholesale stuff to go through and sort. Got a big pile of clothes here to sort yet. More pile there. So this is all good to go, meaning to be photoed, and this is still processing, like to be washed, to be sorted. So lots of stock. The idea is all of this will be done over the next 4 weeks before I go away, and then there is a slight chance that, oh, actually I've also got stuff under there as well, and then there's a slight chance that I'll get a whole bunch more just before I leave, so my worker can be doing that as well, but don't want to put that pressure on them because they're going to be doing the picking, packing and posting and stuff. So yeah, but good progress. Howdy, team, welcome to Friday. Just doing a cheeky little pick, pack and post. We've got 10 to go out. We're on 42,900. It's been up and down. We've also got a couple of Pokemon cards to go out from the
giveaway the other night. A few winners here: Johnny Boy, Sandra, Kerry, Mason, and Adam. My book's along with stuff. We've got a few things going out. We've got phones, jeans, shirts, a couple of bundles, and jeans. A few people haven't paid yet, so if you don't pay, I can't send it. Yeah, we're doing that. Got to print out a few things. It's an admin day, just getting prepped for going away. Got to do another consolidation next week. For all this, I've made a little tool that will now calculate, how much I've potentially sold, which means how much I can potentially save, and then when is the most optimized time to do it in terms of, is it worth doing it if I'm only going to get one shelf back, or if I can get 3 shelves or something like that. So really good little tool to do that. And yeah, we've got the boss here as well. Yep, keeping me in check. She's running the joint secretly, so all right, let's do this.
So what actually has been selling for this week? Well, essentially it's mainly been clothes once again, as you can see here up on screen. Clothing and apparel being 70 items, electronics being 10. These are my consignments. I pay these out as a retrospective each month. So next month I'll pay for obviously the profits that have been made for this month. Toys, books, and collectibles being, a couple of things here and there for this week. But really the clothing has been the big win. You can see the breakdown of all the different categories as well. But we've done over $3,300 for this week. Now, in terms of what's been selling, I'm going to share with you 4 top items. Some pretty cool items. Majority are clothing, but there's some cool things in there as well. Number 1 being this brush popper Wrangler shirt. Now, this is number 2 of the 2 that I had. I sold one last week. I sold this one as well, and I got $129 for it. And after fees and postage, I've walked away with about $87.52. That did cost me $12.38. Number 2 was this Polo Ralph Lauren rugby collar, I guess, shirt. And it's got that rugby jersey style. This one cost me around $10. I've been able to sell it for $79 and walked away with around $47.73 after fees and postage. Number 3 was just some bread and butter items. This G-Star Raw jeans. These ones I've paid $6.29 for, and I've been able to sell it for $54, and after fees and postage, that's $29.70. And I guess the bit different kind of item for this week was this Roots Beaver White Hoodie Sweater Plush. Now, I've sold a lot of Roots Canada hoodies, but this was actually a plush. Now, I got this as a bit of a gamble, simply because I knew that the clothing sells, a lot of it sells to Canada, and this one did sell to Canada as well. I paid $5.24 for this. It's gone for $49.75 all the way over to Canada, and after fees and postage, I'll be walking away with $26.48. To be honest, not something that I expected to move as well as it did. It sat for a long time though. And in terms of the entirety of the week, it's been a bit of a quiet, slow volume kind of week. Last week, we think I did 110 sales. This week, we're sitting back down at 86, so it has been a bit of a drop. I have noticed that the market was completely different this week compared to last week. We've done a total of $3,305, with a cost of good of $710. Profit being only $1,384, so low margins this week, only about a 41%. And ASP was $38.43 with an average cycle time of 68 days. So continuing to try and bring that cycle time down. All in all, I've hit my target for the week. My target is 3,077. So I'm still very, very happy. But it's always crazy how each week is really so different. All right, folks, that has been the week. It's been pretty basic week, really. Just, continuing to do the grind. We've got about 3-4 weeks until I go away. Still a few little things I need to brush out. It's making me nervous, but I think we're going to be all good. Plenty of things to come and share. And while I'm away, what would you like me to share? I'm not going to have very much access. I'm not even going to be doing much of the business. But if there was anything that you could get from me while I'm away in the Philippines, while trying to run my business, what would you like to know? Maybe I can still try and do a video or 2 here and there. Appreciate you being here. You have a wonderful day. Cheers.